Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Tarot Tea Time. Thank you for being patient, you guys. It got a little bit wild around my house. I don't even remember where we left off, but basically, my husband had surgery, we got a new puppy, and I'm moving studios. So it's just been a little bit wild. Let me have a sip of my tea. This is coffee because it's needed these days. But everything's going well. All things are good, and I'm so happy to have the time in my schedule to get back to more tarot tea. So prepare yourself for more regular tarot tea times, you guys, in the coming weeks. And to kick it all off, the tarot tea time that I told you was coming next is Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn. Now, everybody wants to know about their relationship, and I think partly because it's just super, super private. They've kept it really under wraps on purpose, and we can see why based on their birth charts. So this one's going to be a little bit of a combo between some astrology, and then I'm going to pull some cards to fill in the gaps, and we're going to get the tea on Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn. So let's get to it. Oh, and before we get into it, you guys, be sure to check the description below if you want to know about my summer readings. So I produce a television show called BZen TV that airs on ABC. If you're new here, you don't know that or whatever. And we're going on a hiatus for summer. So that means I have time to do, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, to do tarot tea times for you guys, personal ones. So all the info's below if you guys want to book. It is super limited because I'm only one person. So once the spots fill up, they fill up. But yeah, I will be booking through August, and it could fill up this month. It could fill up this week. I don't know. Usually they go pretty quick because I don't do it very often. All right. That was it. A little house cleaning, a little business. Here's the graphic with the pricing. I want to be upfront with y'all. That's what's up. All right, let's do this. So before we fill in the gaps with our tarot, let's talk about their birth charts. Now, their birth charts are really, really interesting. So Taylor's a Sagittarius sun. Joe is a Pisces sun. All right, so that means their day-to-day, it's an interesting combo because Taylor is a fire sign. Her sun is in fire. And Joe, Pisces is a water sign. But Pisces and Sagittarius, although very opposite in nature, Taylor's going to be more fiery. Joe's going to be a little more dreamy, a little more romantic, which we totally see in all of his press interviews and everything. I'll actually link a couple of those below because it's been really cool to finally get to know Joe better. He's been promoting his new show, so we finally can see his personality more. Anyway, so that's below, but he's a very creative soul. So is she. They just express it differently. And that tells you a little bit about how they are compatible. Even though they're opposite elements, they actually have a lot in common. Both love expansiveness. Both are interested in, things that are ethereal or philosophical. So they are very, very creative together, which again, that checks out because Joe Alwyn actually won a Grammy from co-writing a song with Taylor Swift. So they're very creative together, and that's just their sun sign. So we don't even have the half of it. Okay, guys? All right, moving on to their moon signs. Your moon sign is how you feel on the inside when people get to know you better. It's what you need to feel safe and secure in your intimate relationships, and it's how you act towards those that you're really, really close with. Whereas your sun sign is how you interact with the world and things, people, places, work on a day-to-day basis. Just regular old Tuesday, how you're going to be kind of your vibe. Okay, so your moon is the intimate energy. So Taylor Swift has her moon in Cancer, which is why we get a lot of those deep, soulful songs that we love so much. Cancer's at home. The moon is at home in Cancer. So it's very compatible. So she's really, really in touch with her emotions. Again, we can totally see that. And Joe, his moon is in Taurus. Taurus is a really sensual energy. It's also very security driven, just like Cancer. So again, we see this theme of them being the same, having the same energy, the same goals, the same things that they look for, but just in a different way, which I think creates really compatible partnerships. So she's going to be craving security. He's going to be craving security. She's going to get it and give that security by tapping into Cancer energy, which is all about the home, mothering, Okay, like Taylor Swift, she always talks about having, making cookies for her friends. She has cats, how she loves her cats. Like I remember back when she had her squad and that was all over the news and like in, Us Weekly and everything, she had like a pool party. So Taylor is the consummate homemaker energy. She really loves to make a beautiful, safe feeling home. So she has this side of her that is very, very nurturing. Like I could see her baking a lasagna and, inviting all of her friends over, making Joe cookies. That really is part of her heart and how she expresses love. So for Joe, he really loves this, being a Taurus, because Taurus people love pleasure. They love to feel comfortable. They love to, if you cook for a Taurus, if you buy them some really silky pajamas, get them top of the line sheets, or anything self-care, they love it. Taurus people need to feel pampered to really open up and relax. Whether they want to admit that or not, that's definitely Joe. He really needs a harmonious Venusian, Venus rules Taurus, energy. He just does. So what's interesting is that Taylor's able to give that to him through her Cancer energy, and she's also able to get the stability that Cancer moons crave because Taurus people are very, very reliable. What you see is what you get with the Taurus. You can count on them, and once they make a commitment, that's it. Like people call Taurus people stubborn, but truly they're extremely reliable. So I love Taurus energy. It's really, really, it's that energy of like, hey, I know I can count on you and you can count on me, which, we don't really see that much of these days in the world. So I think it's amazing. All right. And then we move on to their Venus energy. This is really interesting to me because Taylor's Venus is in Aquarius. Joe's Venus is in Pisces. Now, again, very much two signs that are untethered. Aquarius energy is all about the collective and like ideas, not a super romantic energy, which is kind of funny. I think that's actually how Taylor is able to write these songs, put them out there, tap into her emotions and like bare her soul to the world. I'm not saying that it's not difficult for her because I'm sure it's a challenge, but with her Venus in Aquarius, she feels this need to share with the collective. Like her emotional experiences, she can give it that bird's eye view. She's able to step away, that Aquarius energy, and process things in her mind. And so she's really well equipped to do exactly what she does. And we see that expressed. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. So confirmation. And then with Joe, Venus in Pisces is extremely, extremely romantic. So again, I think that she really loves his romantic energy. He's the one who plans the romantic dates. She'll definitely like make the cookies and stuff, but she can get really like detached in a way at certain times, and he pulls her back in with that Pisces romantic energy of a fairy tale. So they really do fuel each other's creativity and imagination. There's a lot of romance in this coupling, which we love to see it. Okay, and then next we have their Mars signs. So Taylor's Mars is in Scorpio, which is like, okay, honey, we see you. Scorpio Mars people are very, very, very driven. Mars is your passion. It's what lights you up, and it's your passion in the bedroom. It's also your passion in life. With Scorpio Mars people, she's really, really, we'll just say, there's a lot about Taylor you don't know that goes on in the bedroom. I'm going to leave it at that because we want to be respectful, but she knows what's up, okay? And she definitely has a healthy drive for all things passionate. Now, when we go to Joe's Mars energy, he has his Mars in Gemini. Okay. People with Mars in Gemini need a lot of variety and a lot of stimulation to stay passionate and to stay engaged with one person. And you know who has that? You know who can deliver that? Someone with their Mars in Scorpio. So again, dead on. I love to see how these two, like I said, they're so compatible, but they bring different things to the table, which I think makes for a really, really well-balanced partnership that allows both of them to grow and learn from each other. Like, it's so good. Okay, and then if we go to their Mercury signs, how they think, well, this is where it's a little bit different, but I think it works for them. Taylor's Mercury is in Capricorn. So that means that she thinks like a boss. She thinks about her business. She thinks about what moves she's going to make. She's very much about how can I win? How can I get to the top? And what do I need to do to get there? She's really good at being detached when it comes to what she needs to do, how she processes information, and how she communicates. She will be very upfront. Joe, his Mercury's in Aquarius. So again, it works because with that Aquarius energy, he's a little more detached. Aquarius energy is not super touchy-feely. It's very intelligent though. So again, Capricorn Mercury, Aquarius Mercury, I can see how they can really work together and like bounce off one another. She's going to be trying to think of like, how can I get to where I need to go? And he's going to be thinking, all right, how can I help you get there? And like Aquarius energy, maybe I have like an innovative way to help you. He brings up a lot of new ideas. Aquarius is like the mad scientist of the zodiac. That's what people call them. So it's like, they both are just very much in their heads when it comes to Mercury energy, which I think allows them to communicate really well. Chiron. Okay, you guys, this is where it gets a little spicy. So they have the same Chiron North Node and South Node. Wait, hold on. No, they don't. I was thinking, okay, hold on. Back up. Okay, so Chiron, this is where it gets really interesting. Both of them have their Chiron in Cancer, which means that their greatest wound and also their greatest gift and the thing that they are here to learn how to master is Cancer energy. So I see Taylor Swift really working that through by being that nurturing, that moon sign energy. A lot of the time this can occur when there is some sort of issue with nurturing in childhood. Cancer represents the mother, so it could be a difficult relationship with your mother. It could be just never feeling like you were adequately nurtured. It could, from being like a star at a young age. Like there are just a lot of things that can happen, but it's basically a wound of nurturing. And so they're here to master nurturing, to learn to be nurtured, and to nurture others. And so it's really important for them to participate in that. And okay, so they both have that, so I think that they help each other with that. They can really relate when it comes to their weaknesses. They can discuss their greatest fears. Having the same Chiron with someone gives you a really deep bond, in my opinion. North Node. Okay, so Taylor's North Node is in Aquarius. It's really interesting to me because Taylor's North Node is the same as Joe's Mercury. And Joe's North Node is the same as Taylor's Mercury. What that means is that each of them is able to problem solve and think in the way that brings the other person to where they need to go in life. So for example, Taylor's destiny in life is to become more of an Aquarius. That's what your North Node is, right? Your North Node is your destiny, your best self. So the more Taylor Swift embodies Aquarius energy in her day-to-day life, the more we see it reflected in her goals. Aquarius is the humanitarian, someone who is a little more detached and able to be, one of the people rather than someone who always needs to be in front, solo. It's less ego, more connection, more giving, but like on a grand scale. Like I said, humanitarian, charity work. So when Taylor, with her North Node in Aquarius, asks Joe for advice about something, he will answer the way that you communicate, your Mercury. He will answer with Aquarius energy because his Mercury is in Aquarius, giving her the exact advice and inspiration that she needs to be that Aquarius North Node self, and vice versa. Whenever Joe has a question for Taylor, or he's like trying to think through a problem, like, hey babe, I need some help on this. I don't know if I should do this or that. He is working through his North Node in Capricorn, which means he needs to learn to think like a boss. That is his destiny. His destiny is to be this very, like Capricorn, the big boss of the zodiac. So he's working on embodying that energy in this life. When he asks Taylor for advice, she's going to answer with Mercury, her communication planet, which is in Capricorn. So she's going to give him the exact advice that he needs to reach his goals and to be his best self. It is such a good pairing. We love to see it. I can totally see why these two keep their relationship under wraps. It's sacred to them. So let's pry a little bit. Yeah, we're going to be a little messy. And let's find out what's going on with this couple now that we understand them a little bit better. Let's just see where they're at these days. how does Taylor feel about Joe right now? At this moment in time, how does Taylor feel about Joe these days? The Page of Wands. Okay, so she's really looking for, I think, like a new beginning. Like she has passionate energy. Pages are all about fresh starts, new beginnings. So she's looking forward to something new with him. What could that mean? What is going on, Taylor? Okay, let's get a clarifier. What kind of new thing is she looking forward to or wanting to happen? Justice. Okay, so hold on. Justice, that's like balance, the scales. That could go a few ways. Need another clarifier. Getting goosebumps though, so we're tapped in, guys. Page of Cups, another page. Okay. Page of Cups is all about emotions. So we have the Page of Wands, which is about passion. We have the Justice card, which is about bringing balance or, judgment, making a judgment. But I'm going to say bringing balance in this situation. And then we have the Page of Cups, which is a new beginning, or it can even be immaturity in emotions. So right now, I'm going to say that she is working on and learning and growing through needing to balance her passionate nature and her emotional nature. Now, if we look at her, let's look at her placements. How could that be playing out? Interesting. Okay, so you guys, when you have your North Node in Aquarius, your South Node is in Leo, which means when you you're just kind of shooting from the hip, just being yourself the way that you came into this world, you're going to be more Leo energy than Aquarius energy, which means you're going to be really used to the spotlight and you're going to feel like it's kind of an egotistical card, and not in a bad way, because Leo energy is also very loving. Leo represents the sun, shining a light on things. So it's great. But when it comes to the South Node, North Node thing, you want to look at the traits of your South Node that are negative. Those are the ones you're supposed to be kind of letting go of, and then replacing them with the positive traits of your North Node. So I'm going to say the fact that she's trying to find balance between her passion and her emotions and justice, I'm going to say she is trying to detach a little bit right now, because she needs to, she's allowing him to be in the spotlight. She's allowing him to be the Leo right now in their lives. She really does want to see him step into his North Node Capricorn energy, aka be the big boss. So she's allowing herself to step back, even I think easing up on he mentioned Taylor in an interview recently when he was promoting his new show. Well, he's never done that before. So I think that he's wanting to express himself more, and she is learning to balance and ease up on letting him do what he needs to do rather than try to control things. So justice is just they're finding more balance in their relationship. They're becoming more partners instead of her, not that she tells him what to do or anything, because he definitely has a strong chart too, has his own mind. I mean, he's going to tell you what's up. His Mars is in Gemini, so but and his Mercury's in Aquarius. But I think that he's allowed himself to be a little more detached. Sometimes he's just okay, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. If it's important to you, okay. But that's starting to shift, and their needs are changing. They're evolving. They're growing. So I think she's just learning to balance herself and step back. In a nutshell. Okay, what about Joe? What is he growing through, learning in the relationship? How's he showing up in their relationship right now? How is Joe showing up? Ace of Swords. Okay, that's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so Ace of Swords, we see a sword with a crown around it. This is all about using your mind. So swords, and with his Mercury and Aquarius, air sign, swords also represent air signs. So he's really thinking for himself. He's thinking about what he needs to do, how he needs to show up in order to have this victory. So he's really focused mentally on what needs to happen next, where he needs to go, he's definitely in a stage where he's a little bit less emotional right now, and he's a little more focused on, and that doesn't mean that he like isn't. Let's get another card to describe it. Actually, before I keep it going. Three of Wands. Yep, future. What did I just say? Yeah, he's thinking about his future. He's thinking about what needs to happen next, how he needs to show up. Let's get one more card. Let's get a card for how he feels about Taylor specifically. Oh my gosh, goosebumps everywhere. Confirmation. Okay, honey, this is what's up. How does he feel about Taylor? Let's get some more juicy info. Oh my gosh, stop it. The sun. I'm going to end it right there. That is just precious. She is his happiness. She is the center of his universe, his ultimate joy. Okay. I hope that you guys got a really good grasp of just how precious and wonderful their relationship is. I have goosebumps. This is just the cutest. I can't even talk. This is just like the cutest thing ever. So wishing Taylor and Joe all the best. Hopefully that gave you a little bit more clarity, a little more tarot truth into what's going on behind the scenes. And I think we can all understand why the two of them want to preserve this very special relationship just for themselves. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Be sure that you subscribe, like if you liked the video, leave a comment. Do you guys agree? What do you think about Joe and Taylor? And what do you guys want next? I'm recording 2 more videos today, so I'm going to be keeping them coming. I will not go 2 weeks again. Let's see. I'm doing Sean and Camilla next because we know they ran into each other at the Met Gala, so that's happening. And I also have like their birth chart breakdown. So also let me know if you like that. Do you like knowing more about their charts? Because I think that it helps us get like a full picture of things. Let me know. Okay, and then wait, after that, Selena Gomez, her single life, her single status. I'm doing a deep dive into her chart and a tarot tea time reading because she keeps talking about how she's single and it's interesting. Like, I think her chart is really interesting and something worth talking about. Also, she has some cool stuff going on in her 7th house of partnerships that explains a lot. Okay, guys, I love you so, so much. Please subscribe, turn on notifications so that you never miss a hot batch of tarot tea. Love you.